Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to study a very important topic in eOffice, which is file movement. So let's get started. The first and foremost point is what is file movement? कि file की movement होती क्या है? Now, as in a normal office procedure, when we make certain files, that files need some approvals. We keep some papers, we keep some annexures, we keep a green note on it, and that file moves for approvals from one person to the other. For example, I as Komal Gandhi has made some file and I will send it to my boss, say XYZ person, and that boss will send it further to the reviewer. My boss maybe the approver, and it will go to the reviewer one step ahead. So that is the file is moving from one person to the other. हार्ड फॉर्म में क्या होता था, यही सेम चीज हार्ड फॉर्म में होती थी कि एक टेबल से हम अपने स्टाफ के साथ दूसरे टेबल पे भेजते हैं, फिर तीसरी टेबल पे भेजते हैं, फिर and the file goes on, and after getting approved from the various channels, the file comes back to the person who has created the file. Similarly, in eOffice, the file moves from one person to the other. That is known as file movement. Now, why it is important and what is the difference between physical file movement and file movement in eOffice? ई ऑफिस में जब फाइल मूवमेंट होती है तो उसके एडवांटेजेस क्या हैं? व्हाट आर द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ हैविंग फाइल मूवमेंट फीचर इन ई ऑफिस? नाउ, फाइल मूवमेंट इन ई ऑफिस ensures transparency and accountability. One of the most important feature which eOffice has is that everything is transparent. The person can see where that file is lying. For example, I as a boss may have given a file to some of my subordinates, and I just say in future forget where that file has gone. Or maybe as a file creator, I have created a file and given it to some people. Now that person in the channel has given it to some other person, and I'm not knowing about it that where is the file right now, because मेरे यहाँ से तो send हो चुकी है. From my e-office, the file has been sent. From my table, that means the file has been taken along with the attendant. Now, where that file is, I can only know through this feature of file movement, right? So, why it is ensuring transparency? Because I can visibly see where that file is lying. Maybe my boss has kept the file for last 10 days and is not taking any action on it. So, it is transparent that the file is lying on the table of my boss, और द फाइल इज लाइंग इन द इनबॉक्स ऑफ माई ई ऑफिस. अगर ई ऑफिस की भाषा में बात करें तो सी, ई ऑफिस इज नथिंग बट इट इज द सेम ऑफिस प्रोसीजर्स जो हम फिजिकली करते हैं. द ओनली डिफरेंस इज यहाँ पे फाइल मूवमेंट, फाइल ट्रैकिंग, फाइल अप्रूवल्स, एवरीथिंग गोज इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली. दैट्स इट. और कोई डिफरेंस नहीं. आप एक सिंपल टेबल और चेयर को को फील कर सकते हैं, कोई एग्जाम्पल में बैकएंड पे रख सकते हैं जब भी whenever you are going to understand and learn e-office. So file movement also makes the person accountable. If a file is kept with me for more than some days, which have with minimum days, that means I am accountable for that file. So file movement shows कि किसके पास है and who is accountable for that file right now. हार्ड कॉपी में पॉसिबल नहीं है. हो सकता है हार्ड कॉपी में आप किसी को फाइल भेजें, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मिस पूनम, you send the file to Miss Poonam and Miss Poonam is keeping the file with you. Maybe she keeps in the drawer and forgets about it. So you are searching for the file in the entire table की file गई कहाँ गई कहाँ गई कहाँ. So where that feature will be found? It is found in eOffice through this file movement tracking system. Similarly, file movement is used for decision making. When the file is kept with me on my inbox, I know that somebody is going to track my file through file movement, I have to take a quick decision on that. I cannot keep the file lying on my table for a long time. After all, lingering a decision is also a poor decision. So that has to be also seen, and file movement helps in taking decision quickly. Next is files do not get delayed in the absence of any authority. For example, a boss can see कि okay, my subordinate is absent and the file is lying on his e-office dashboard. Maybe he pulls back the file and send it to other person. But in physical form, this becomes difficult. The boss might have sent the file to the person and the person is absent. Maybe the boss is aware or not aware, or the person keeps the file as goes to leave. that becomes difficult. But in e-office it is easy. You can track the person, you can inform the person, even if on leave he can send it to some other person and get that. So that send movement comes in the file tracking system, that is the file movement. So now let's go back to the e-office demo and do and see where this file movement feature is. So let's see, guys, where we can find the file movement system. So first we'll go to the file management system. We'll click here. See, file movement is very specific to a file. So you need to first select the file for which you need to find out the movement or the tracking. Okay. For example, I choose this file E204 and this is the file number and the name of the file is test non-executive file. So I'll click on this. The moment I click, you all know the file will be open file, and when the file gets open, green notes on the left side and annexures and TOC, the table of contents, on the right side. So with this, I go to the movement part. I'm just showing the table of contents on the right side. Now, where I can find this feature? This is the feature you can see movements. I hope you are able to see movements. I'm moving my cursor there. So I click on movements. When I click on movements, I can see the entire history of the file here. कहाँ से कहाँ तक? Let me show you. First is the file number. ठीक है? What is the name of the file? What is the subject of the file? What is the opening date of the file? कि ये file कब खुली, कब बनी? And if there are any remarks when the file was made, that is also written. Categories I did not mention as a creator of the file, so it's not showing. Otherwise, it is always preferred to write categories as categories as well. Now this is the file movement history. And the best part is you can print the history also. कि कहाँ से कहाँ तक file गए. Somebody asked, show me, then you need not take your laptops or PC or e-office logins and show that person. You can take out the print history and show straight away to the person that this is the movement of the file. कि मेरी table पे इतनी देर थी. You can even tell in seconds. See, I am opening this. This is the file history. See. Okay, coming back to this. So this, from the bottom line, the history of the file starts. So you can see top left is sender, then sent on, where when was the file sent, then sent to, किसको file भेजी गई, what was the action taken on that file, what action was written, and if there are any remarks, they are mentioned here when the file was sent from one person to the other, right? Now, one thing to be noted is that even yellow notes are also tracked in movements. The movement of yellow note, the chit notes hote hain. If you want to see, you can click on the difference between, for the difference between green note and yellow note, you can click the link coming above. So you can do that and you will find what is the difference between green note and yellow note. So for yellow notes also, when we are sending the file from one draft to the other for the yellow note, you can track the movement there itself, there also. So this is the movement. Say for first, it started from Komal Gandhi on 29th of March 2020 when there was high COVID cases, I believe, and then it was sent to Miss Sandhya and the action was for approval and it was a test file. So this was the remarks written. Then on 29th, Sandhya had sent the file back to Komal and with the comment. Then Komal had again sent it to Sandhya and the file movement goes on. See, even the last one you check. On 12th of September, Komal had sent the file to Chavi and with this feature, and then Chavi had later on sent back to file Komal. Oh, the remarks is pulled back. So Komal had pulled back the file. I had actually pulled back the file. So even a file which was pulled back before the receiver could see that file, there is a transaction or a movement which is noted. So when you send files by mistake and you pull back a file, I will make a video on that as well, how to pull back a file. So when you pull back a file from somebody's table before somebody sees it, table means e-office login. So before that person sees it, if you pull back the file, that movement is also recorded in this movement history. So that is also taken care. So I hope you are clear now with the movement of the file. See, this is actually, if the file had closed, the close history would have come. If the file have dispatched somewhere, the dispatch history would also have come, but it's not done for this file. so I cannot show that. So you can even print the history. I've shown you this is the print history. When was the file taken, with whom it was taken. You can print and keep it in the file in hard form if it is required. Whether it is recommended not to use papers and hard file because of this e-office. So I hope this movement, I repeat, you can find the file movements in movements here. You can click here, you will come back to the movements page. If you want to go back, you can again go back to the inbox and see where is your file. This is my file. I click here, I go to movements, I can find the movements of my file. I hope you people like this video, and this concept of movement is clear to all. If you have any doubts, any queries, any questions with regard to eOffice, it is absolutely open. I request you to put in the comment box, and I will definitely help to put some video learning on that. So if you are really liking my efforts, I request you to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and do share it with others so that the learning continues. I'm very thankful to the people who are putting queries in the chat box and I'm able to solve them. So grateful to all of you. Keep the learning going on. Happy learning. Stay blessed. Take care. Thank you.